Good morning. It is Peter here on Doxie, sitting alongside the public wharf at Lemon Tree Passage, Port Stephens, New South Wales. Look at that sky. I was going to do my little intro start to the video a bit later, and I looked out the window when I was making breakfast and I thought, yeah, no, it's got to be now. Anyway, what's happening today, I hear you ask. Yeah, I can hear it. Today I'm going to be leaving here pretty soon after breakfast, and I've had my coffee because my tongue's still not working in my mouth correctly yet. And I'm going to be heading across to Broughton Island. Now it's probably going to be about 5 to 6 hours maybe. Only the breezes are quite light, and I will start off with an opposing tide going down Port Stephens, but I think I'd rather do that than wait a bit later and then arrive in the dark at Broughton Island. Because there's no lights or anything at Broughton Island. It's pretty well, it's not uninhabited. There is some fishing huts out there, but it's quite a pretty place. Although the forecast is calling for rain again today, so just for a change. And whether I end up going ashore or not, I don't know. I have been before, but if it's hissing down with rain, then there's no real point. So anyway, we're going to enjoy the day, and I think it's going to be intermittent, sort of clear and rain, so hopefully we'll get some sunshine along the way. Anyway, I better go and have my coffee and have my breakfast, and then we'll get the show on the road. Okay, more coming up. So for today, what are we doing? Well, Lemon Tree Passage to Broughton Island. Showing here a distance of 18.5 nautical miles, 4 hours and a half. The wind is going to be light, so I'm actually going to bank on a bit longer than that. We're going to have contrary tide a little bit to start with as well, just so I can get going earlier. Okay, so the track will take us north around the top of Soldiers Point, and then going down past Nelson Bay and towards the Heads, where we came in a couple of days ago. So, and then we'll be heading north, but not very far. Broughton Island's not very far at all. So just across Providence Bay. And we'll be going to the north side as the swell is running from the south. So that'll give us a nice protected anchorage overnight. So should be nice. Just a leisurely sail compared to the 12-hour stint from Newcastle to here the other day. So anyway, let's see what the day brings. That's goodbye to Lemon Tree Passage. Until next time. Just heading out now through the narrow little channel markers here. Doesn't look half as bad during the daytime. Serious looking rain out to sea. Let's hope it's a lot further out to sea. It is at the moment on the radar, so let's hope it stays out there or moves further away. Every now and then I'm getting actual sunshine, so stuff on the panels, always good. And we're leaving Lemon Tree Passage behind. We've gone out through the little snaky entrance there. Still snaking our way around to stay in deep water. Very calm out here. As you can see, there is a warning there for shallow water, rocks, whatever it happens to be. Places you generally don't want to go to. Yeah, very mixed looking sky out there at the moment. So let's see what it brings us. Not feeling any wind at this stage, but I will pull up the main shortly, just so when it does come, I'm ready. Maybe some ripples further up the bay there, so maybe there is a bit of a. It's supposed to start a bit as a westerly, and then swing around to the south, which is pretty perfect if that's what happens. So yeah, once I'm in deep water, I will leave the helm and pull the sail up. Got the main up now. There's a slight zephyr. In fact, when I was pulling the main up, a little breeze came in actually. I thought, oh, happy days. Now it sort of died off again, but that's all right. I'm sort of motor sailing pretty much almost against it, just enough to fill the sail, so it's probably doing a little bit of something. I won't bother putting the jib up yet, but just making the turn now. Just avoided a shallow patch. And if you can see them, I'm going between, there's 3 islands, I'm going between 1 and 2 from the left. So yeah, another marina or yacht haven over there at Soldiers Point. So yeah, pretty place, it really is. A lot of shallows though, so you got to really watch out for that. But yeah, Lemon Tree Passage behind us now. It's trying to give us a bit of blue sky every now and then. I have had sun on the panel, so a little bit of something's better than all or nothing. Yeah, funny day. Yeah, there's another kind of gotcha that you've got to be careful of. There's these little crab pots or lobster pots that people leave out here, and they can be any old place. So yeah, getting that wrap around your propeller, not so nice. So keep a weather eye out. Just making our way up. The breeze has come back up a little bit. So once I get around Soldiers Point or turn between these islands, I'm going to run out the jib as well, just see if we can catch that extra bit of puff. And oh, there's a little flutterby, if you can see it. It's amazing how far they go from land, some of these guys. Anyway, Soldiers Point. So yeah, when you're in conditions like this, or even in windier conditions, you can always tell there's a bit of breeze coming by the ripples on the water. So they're sort of telltales that tell you that a gust of wind is coming. And it looks like we might get a little bit, so that would be nice. So we're just passing Dougherty Island, Soldiers Point, Bushy Island. And in the distance, we're starting to see the further down the Port Stephens Harbour and the hills and mountains at the entrance. We'll be making a right turn soon. Yeah, One Tree Island, so they call it. I think it's it probably needs to be renamed by now. Anyway, there we go. Yes, doesn't that look amazing? So we're going to be going out between those. So a little way to go down the harbour yet, but the wind is behind us, so I'm going to start running out the jib at this point, and yeah, see if we can motor along. Well, move along, should I say? Yeah, nice. Just rounding Soldiers Point now. My AIS has been going crazy. There must be about 3 or 4 vessels on there that leave their AIS permanently on, so it was warning me about nearby vessels constantly until I had to ignore them one by one. AIS basically is, for those who haven't been following, is basically a method for broadcasting your position. And if you've got a transceiver that's receiving and sending, you can send your position out to nearby vessels and also receive notifications when vessels are within a certain distance of you, which you can set yourself basically. But obviously I was within, and yeah, those guys were going off crazy, so that happened on the way in too. So coming up ahead there, we've got Nelson Bay, Corlette, right at the beginning we've got Shoal Bay. So yeah, still under motor. The wind is not much of anything right now, so but I have got both sails up, so if it comes, I'm here. Not only do I have to keep an eye out for crab pots and stuff, but I guess because of all the rain we've had, there's a lot of tree debris floating around too. So yeah, certainly don't want to hit those either. So yeah, a bit of an obstacle course, but just got to keep your eye on the game. And just motoring along probably at about 2 knots at the moment. So I've got the residual incoming tide. In fact, I think the wind's just switching sides now, so better go and change the sails over. Breeze has come up a little bit more now from the west, and look at this, I'm sailing wing on wing, or goose winged, or just being a goose, quite frankly. Yeah, so we're starting to get up speed a bit. We're over 3 knots. Still motoring, so just motor sailing just to keep the pace up until such time I'm confident that the wind will stay. So yeah, there it is. Okay, so yeah, notice I stood back far enough knowing which way the boom would, how far it comes. Don't want to be knocked overboard by that. Yeah, okay, so it's gone more round to the northwest, I guess, at the moment. Variable winds, but that is what's forecast, and it swings around to the south later. Would be perfect. Getting closer to Nelson Bay now, which is probably the hub of the tourist area here at Port Stephens. Yeah, so a nice marina there, yeah, restaurants and all the things you'd usually expect. So yeah, crawling along. Yeah, and an incoming yacht. Looks like a Steely. So just looking across the isthmus there, and you can see those low-lying hills. 2 hills basically across the beach there, and that's Broughton Island where we will be going today. There it is there. Now being Port Nelson Bay, so there's a trawler just going in, so obviously done their fishing for the night. I'll make my radio call now basically to have a watch over me until I get to Broughton Island, at which time I'll call back and log off. Anyway, the wind's pushing me along a little bit, still on motor as you can probably hear. Oh, there's a bit of rain on my arm. So yeah, it's going along okay. It's let's see what it's like once we get outside. And from Nelson Bay through to Shoalhaven, well, that's behind this point actually. So and there's the opening out to the sea, and it looks like there's a yacht coming in as well. Pretty becalmed at the moment because we're under the shadow of these hills, but that'll pass. The tide is running out now, which is great. It's just amazing the delay between the tides from the upper harbour to the lower, just, you know, as the water flows in and out. So yeah, it's in our favour, which is part of the plan, right? More yachts coming in. So I'm not sure where they would have come from. And we're just rounding Nelson Head now, which stands between Nelson Bay and Shoal Bay. I want to say Shoalhaven, but that's way down south. So yeah, Shoal Bay just now coming into sight around the rocks. And the open sea. And Shoal Bay. And as I pass Shoalhaven, I've shut the engine down. We're getting a nice breeze coming across the saddle there. I know I probably will lose it again after the headland comes abeam. But for now, yeah, we're doing you know, between 3 and 4 knots basically. It's fairly steady now out of the south. So yeah, happy days. And look who we have today. We got a pot of 4 dolphins maybe. Here they are. Come on, beauties. Look at you. That just gives you a good feeling. Except when they disappear. Hello there. Come on. Okay, had enough. Yeah, they're probably thinking, deja vu. I've seen the ship before. It's definitely a dolphin watching place here at Port Stephens. Look at them all. Obviously sitting here waiting for fish to come through their heads or something. Although it's an outgoing tide, so whatever it is they get up to. But yeah, coming in this general direction. And I'm losing the wind because of the hill. Just be patient for a while. Look at that. Wonderful. Never gets old. Yeah, I was wondering because I thought, why am I not seeing dolphins in Port Stephens? Because they're all here. So look at that. Just cruising along. All over the place. Definitely guarding the harbour entrance. Nobody gets past these guys. So yeah, just starting to pass out through the channel now. Just lost the wind a bit. That's okay, it'll come back as we head out. And yeah, okay, looks like they've disappeared again, the dolphins. But yeah, there's a lot of them. They're all over the place. And yeah, all you can hear is the little out breaths that they do when they surface. So yeah, it's all just, which is often the first sort of sign you know of them, that they're around, before you see them even. Anyway, breeze is starting to pick up again now as we get past this hill here. And looking a little bit grey out there. Let's hope it's a long way out there. I believe it is. This is the other side of the channel here. So just a little bit of turbulent water as we start feeling a bit of the swells coming in. It's very mild today, so that's good. So yeah, it'd be nice when we turn the corner and start having it following us a bit more. Right, so just exiting now. That's Cabbage Tree Island coming into view beyond the point here. I still have my dolphin escorts somewhere. Of course, as soon as I show on the camera, they're gone. That's a little island. Oh, there we go. And that's Bulla or something or other island, which I'll have a look up again. One of those long ones that I've got no clue how to remember. So, yeah, swinging around, looking at Point Stevens out there. You can see the lighthouse. And across the isthmus there is Fingal Bay. You can see a trawler coming in there. And looking back, Tony says it's now raining at Lemon Tree Passage. So, yeah, it's like a cruise boat or something going across the water there. Yeah, it's a bit of a confused sea here at the moment, which I'm sure will probably level out a bit as we head further from the rocks. Obviously it's bouncing back off the rocks. I'm going to go out around the outside. Oh, there's a dolphin. That one had a bit of a funny dorsal fin. He's obviously gotten a scrap or something. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, I'm going to go on the outside or to the... Oh, there he is. And, oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't get old. Does not get old. So yeah, as I'm trying to say, I'm going around the right-hand side of Cabbage Tree Island, so I don't fall into a wind shadow behind it, and then I'll head further north towards Broughton Island. Yeah, somebody wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I took that.
And as we clear the point on the mainland, we can see Cabbage Tree Island is now resolved as an island. So it's pretty grey up there. Hopefully the wind's blowing that away from us.
Morning, Grace. If you could just give me another K.
Boondle Island now coming up on the starboard side, and Little Island over there. They really leaned in with these names. Well, this one's good, but Little Island, really? That's the only little island in the world. There you go. Leaving the sentinels of Port Stevens behind, if I could get away from the bloody solar panel. Yeah, it's just amazing, those formations, how they've been carved out. It's just speaks of the power of the sea. Entrance back into Port Stevens, looking north, Fingal Bay, see houses over there coming into view. And as we start heading further up the coast, we've now got to a long sandy beach of Providence Bay. As we come and take Cabbage Tree Island to port. And as we come around Cabbage Tree Island, you can now see Broughton Island in the distance. You can also see that it's raining there. Anyway, better go and get my jacket. I think it's going to come and hit us. Cabbage Tree Island, the back of or the front of, depends where you're coming from. It's amazing how the seaward side of any island always looks so different from the landward facing side. Obviously it's just been eroded away here over the millennia, and yeah, just speaks so much of violence and power. Looking not too fantastic down the way, but I do have a feeling it might be going inland a bit, so hopefully that is the case. Just sort of in the lee a little bit now of this one here, which I boom something around. I'm terrible with these names. Forgive me if I've upset anybody. Little island, a bit more of a rock really. Yeah, a little bit of a confused sea at the moment here again because we're off the cliffs. But that will pass, and hopefully we'll get our wind back in a moment and continue on our way to Broughton Island, if you can see that. Okay, well here it comes. Rain. Lost Broughton Island. That was a bit of a roller coaster ride. We just had a squall come through. It's been pouring, absolutely hosing down. And within that squall, there was a nice stiff breeze, so we were moving along nicely. Yeah, a bit wet. Well, not personally because I've got a jacket on, but everything is pretty wet. Yeah, it's behind us now. Don't know if you can see Cabbage Tree Island there anywhere. I certainly can't, not without my glasses on. That's to do with the phone. I can see perfectly well everything else, so that's cool. Yeah, so I'll just swing around. So Broughton Island has come back into view, thankfully. A little bit brighter there, not so much there. Yeah, it's just nice to have a change. Anyway, so I'm going to go around the bottom of the island, so the left-hand side. Still miles off yet, but at least it's in sight now. I dropped out of sight there for a while. Just looking back to the coast, yeah, it's pretty ordinary there, but that's thankfully going away from us. Famous last words. Yeah, no, that's what we've just had, and it, yeah, it belted down. I've just never seen so much rain in my life. Anyway, we are moving along. Oh, I am out of breath. You can see the islands back there, Cabbage Tree and Port Stephens. I've just rounded the bottom of Broughton and coming in towards the beach. Seems to be nice and protected here. We've had lots of rain. I'm soaked. Yeah, there was no getting away from it. So yeah, just motoring into Broughton Island to the north side beach and see what we can find. But it does feel good to get out. It got quite intense there. I was surfing and I reduced the jib, genoa, down to about half size, filled it, and that made it quite manageable. I think we were still getting up around 6 or more knots. To be honest, I couldn't quite see from where I was sitting what we were doing, but we seem to be doing fine, so the numbers don't matter that much. So, yeah, anyway, let's see if we can tuck ourselves in here somewhere. Well, that was a bit of a ride. Here ensconced in Broughton Island now on the north side. What a shame about the weather, because I would love to go in and have a dip in the water from that beautiful white sandy beach. When I was pulling up the mooring line, I could feel that the water must have been quite warm. So, but yeah, I think the hot shower is probably more in order for me at the moment. I got it rather wet. And I feel very lucky being the only one here. I scored the only mooring here, so that's just made life easier. But that's the beautiful white sand beach I've been talking about. Yeah, I've been here before when it's nice weather, and it's stunning. And the water is so clear, you can actually see the bottom if it wasn't raining so much. Anyway, I was going to prepare things, put things away, and then probably go and have a nice warm shower. I don't need to tell you what's going on. Well, officially in Broughton Island now. Oh my God, it's stopped raining softly now. It's belting down out there. Yeah, just had to stow sails and do up the boom bag and a few other things. I had to replace one of the lugs for the mainsail to the mast. I think one of the little shackle things had split, so I just replaced that one. And I'm about to go and have that shower I spoke of, but I think that's it for today. There's not much more to see. So yes, Broughton Island won't feel my feet on it at this time, I don't think. So shower and maybe read a book and whatever. But thank you for following. Getting some really great comments, people. Thank you. It's just really nice. Nice to know people are following along for the journey. It's going to get better than this, you know. This is not why I came here. Finding my way north and hopefully out of this weather. I cannot believe, as I keep saying, how much rain we're getting. It's just beyond the pale. Anyway, this is Dawn Raider, out. Thanks for watching another Adventures of Foxy Doxie. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.